Hey everybody, I'm tired. I'm sorry, it's like whenever I start recording the video, this pop up comes up and it says something about my audio. And so I'm always like in the very beginning of my videos, if you notice, like there's that 1 or 2 seconds I'm like looking at my screen and then I have to get it off the screen. Um, I just watched my last video and I realized that I had when I made these videos, I try not to use profanity, speak too fast, or speak in my accent. Three things I try not to do because I'm Bahamian. So I have a lot of outtakes. And I guess by the time I got to the video that I finally posted on YouTube, I was tired of checking them. So I went back and watched it, and it's absolutely insane. I running through a forest of cotton candy. Like, what was I thinking? Um. Anyway, I'm not gonna delete it. It is what it is. Um. So I mentioned that I was gonna try out the whole exchanging contact info with somebody that I don't know, and then at some point in interjecting the conversation that I couldn't date them. So I tried it on Saturday at the party on campus. This guy, he was talking to me. We were talking about our majors, and I said mine was psychology and I want to go into social work. And he said, oh, his major is social work, and he's looking at master's programs, and I was looking at master's programs. And we had, a lot in common when it came to that by itself. And so he was like, yeah, can I get your number? And I don't ever take my phone to the party. If anybody knows me, knows that I've lost, broke, done so many things with phones in the past that I don't take them into parties. That's just not what I do. So if I'm at the party, I don't have my phone on me. I just don't take them into the party. And if I did take my phone to the party, it was stuffed in my boot. And if I don't wear boots, I don't have the phone with me. So I told him, I was like, I don't have my phone on me, so I can't give you my number. And he was like, I don't have my phone on me, so I can't get yours. So he grabbed his friend's phone, and I told him, I was like, before you take my number, I want you to understand that I can't like date you or anything because I'm on a man cleanse or whatever. And he was like, oh, that's cool. This can be a strictly business relationship. No matter what you're going through in your life, you should never stop networking, really. So we can both like talk about our getting ready for our masters and social work and stuff like that. That's cool with you. And I said, that's fine. So I gave him my contact info, and I felt like that was successful. Um, have I spoken to him since then? Nope, because he gave his friend my number, so I don't know if his friend actually saved it or what actually happened. But the information he gave me, even if I never speak to him again, the information he gave me about master's programs to look at was really, really helpful. So my man cleanse helped me. Um, I think my advisors list is set. I have added some advisors that's not on there. Actually, when I'm done making this video, I'm going to fix it. I've added Perry and Danae and Shamika to my list. I am taking off people on my list that are in relationships and are kind of going through it. And I'm also taking people off that are gonna try next year to make their life more single, not more single, more along the lines of dating. Like my best friend Cece is on the list right now, but she wants to go back into dating. Like this blog helped her realize that she's been missing out on a lot being so young and having a child. That she needs to, get back into the whole dating scenes, and she has her life together. So I'm gonna take her off the advisors list. She's still my friend, my best friend. She's gonna know everything anyway. But I'm taking off my advisors list, and I'm adding Janae and Shamika. And then I don't know if I'm taking anybody else off. I might take off I threatened Britt Cole, but I'm not taking her off. I think she's gonna be fine. But I can't think of anybody that might get taken off. But I'm adding Shamika and Danae, and I'm adding Perry as my single guy that I go to for information. Um, I was gonna add my other friend, but I feel like our relationship is a little bit weird, so I can't add him because it would kind of be a conflict of interest, being someone that you know that I'm I have a deep emotional attachment to. to be on that advisors list. Like, it might not actually help. But yeah, that's it for my advisors. That's it for my first time trying it out. I think it's gonna be easier. The more I do it, the more because at first I didn't like to talk about the blog. I made it, but I didn't like to talk about it. But the more I talk about it, the easier it gets to talk about. So when it comes to meeting people, meeting guys, and exchanging contact info and putting it out there, it's not that hard anymore. I mean, it's easy to throw in there at the end of the conversation, right before they get my number. Because I mentioned before that I did it. I told him about the blog after I gave my number, or after I was going to give my number, but I actually told him before that. Like, I told him I couldn't give my number because, and then, he brought up the whole continuing to network thing. And he hasn't hit me up on no let's chill type junk, so I think I was cool. As for the guys that I told about the blog, so far they're all okay. They're all doing fine. My relationships with them have changed a little bit. For the ones that I could possibly hang out with on a regular basis, I don't do it anymore. For the ones that for the ones that our conversations were really flirtatious and and kind of cakey, like, hey boo, blah blah blah, all that stopped. Unless it's a play thing, it hasn't stopped, because there's some people I play around with, and it's really like a big running joke. But with the people that I was serious with, it stopped. What else has changed? Some people have told me that this blog has inspired them to start other things like weight loss challenges and things like that. So good luck, ladies, with that. I think that's about it that I have to say right now. I'm going to try to not leave y'all hanging for so long. I got complaints about that a little bit. I'm sorry. Been a little busy. It is finals week. I am a little bit rough. I'm actually not as rough as I was in the last video. Like I said, I take a lot of outtakes, and I get to the point where I don't care anymore. So I got to the point where I didn't care anymore. So that's what that video was. Me not caring anymore. You should see the outtakes, though. They're insane. I'm like, oh, F it, messing up my stuff and going off and behaving. But, yeah. I'll be back. There's absolutely nothing going on right now. It's getting boring. I don't feel like I'm on a desert. I don't feel like I'm going on a trip to a deserted island anymore, though. That was really weird. That little moment in time where I felt like that was happening. I think it was just the whole shock of everybody saying good luck and it's gonna be hard and stuff like that. That I kind of equated it with being a challenge in that sense, like a survivor challenge. But yeah, everything's fine right now. I'll let you know if anything comes up. Oh, I'm supposed to be in the works of making a list of guys, associate guys that can make it into my next year with me. I haven't made up a list. I don't feel like any of the guys in my life right now are worthy of being on that list without me still hoping that things between us change. At the same time, there are a couple of guys that I'd still bring in with me, like still communicate with. The real question is, this is the question I want y'all to answer. Tweet me, text me, whatever. With the guys that I'm not bringing into next year, do I cut off contact with them completely? Like, if they text me, don't reply, and if they hit me up, don't reply, Or do I just kind of keep it short all the time? Because as of right now, I keep it really short. I don't drag the conversations out long or nothing like that like I used to. Like, we used to always have things to talk about, and I used to drag it out. But now I just, hi, how you doing? How are things? What's new? What's next? Bye. That's about it. And I've actually had, those guys comment and say, you're really short with me now. Like, you don't really speak to me long anymore. And I'm just like, well, is that wrong? Like, am I not handling that situation properly? Just let me know. I don't think I should cut them off completely. At the same time, keeping them short is working for me just fine, but I don't want to offend anybody. I mean, they do know about the year, so I don't want them to think, oh, she's acting weird just because of this year. Yeah, I'm acting weird because of the year. You're not part of my life anymore. I really don't want you to be an active part of it. Because if that was the case, you'd talk to me much more often, and you'd still be here. But that's not the case. So just let me know. If you think I should really cut them off completely, I actually might consider it if enough of y'all say yes. But if a lot of y'all think that I'm fine, but just keeping our conversations short and sweet and ending them before they start dragging along, that's fine too. Because either way is fine with me. The closer we get to this year, the more I just want to get it started and get it over with. Honestly. So just hit me up. I know this video is really long, but I'm not into editing my videos. I probably should start, but right now I don't have the energy. So maybe the next one will be shorter. But thanks for that. I love you guys. Thanks for supporting me. And thanks to my new advisors for jumping on the board. And please help me answer my question. Yeah. Okay. I love you guys.